Welcome to this very special live Q&A session with the creators of Varnished, a new true crime documentary short film, which some of you may have just watched on YouTube live with us. And if you haven't, then if you didn't catch it, it's now available on YouTube for its official public release. Amazing. So go check it out on YouTube if you haven't, and stick around because in a minute's time we'll be going for a Q&A. People might still be coming over, so I'll hold off for a little bit. If you are joining us, come in. We'll be kicking things off very soon. We have the absolute pleasure of chatting to some of the filmmakers and the cast of Varnished, and we'll be talking about where this ridiculous idea come from and some of their inspirations and all about the creative process and just some stories from behind the scenes, as well as answering any of your questions. So if any time during this session, if you have a question for any of our team, you can pop it in the live chat box on YouTube and we will cover those audience questions at the end of the Q&A. So yeah, get comfortable, sit back. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I was cackling. Thank God I was on mute. I was literally creasing. It was very, very funny. Um, so yeah, we'll get going very, very shortly. We'll just give people an opportunity to grab a drink. Yeah, everyone's had their wheeze, ones and twos. They've been done. Lovely. Sounds good. Should we get going then? Get the show on the road. Yeah. Great. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name's Jake Watkins and I'll be your host tonight. And I'm joined by the creators of Varnished, writer, director Tom Taplin, producer Atalana Mars, actors Nicola Wright and Laura Pujos. Welcome, everybody. Amazing. So obviously we've all watched the film. If you haven't, it's on YouTube. Personally, I thought it was hilarious. Lots of questions, lots to cover. I'm a big fan of. No, I don't have to say that actually. I actually was laughing and I kept going back on the Zoom to see if any of you were watching me laugh, and no one was, but I was really enjoying it. It was really, really funny.
We were all laughing
Um,
ourselves. That's fine.
yeah. Great. So, Tom, obviously it's a comedy. As I've just said, I was cackling. Has that, have you always wanted to make comedy? Like, is that your thing? Or drop the
Rude.
X bomb. Go on, mention the X. hmm hmm Surprises me because you do have funny bones. It does surprise me that comedy is not really your thing. hmm You're doing amazing, sweetie. Yeah, I get that. But obviously, like the comedy, is quite. There's loads of different types of comedy. Um, this is sort of like, deadpan, quite dry. Like, did you have any kind of inspiration for that kind of humor? Was it your good friend Jake? I don't know. Could have been. Mm. Mhm. 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 Yes. Funny. Mhm. Mm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Well, I
Also
know because like,
crazy.
because obviously, like, I mean, it's a true crime spoof about a dining table. Like, it's obviously a very unique idea. I mean, like, can you hear me?
No.
Shall I sign language it? Should would you like me to sing a song? What? Oh, for God's
Oh
sake!
no.
So you've been waffling on and nobody's heard you.
He was
Oh
talking a load of
no.
waffle anyway.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey, yeah, of course. So let me jump to Atty. Hello. So you and Tom are obviously close friends and collaborators. When you are like developing like a script like this, how do you find the line between what you find funny because you're mates and what like, the audience will find funny?
Well, luckily, like me and Tom are quite like commercially funny, I'd say.
Yeah,
No,
I beg to differ.
yeah, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun developing the script. I was actually working on a script as well, so we would like take turns reading each other's scripts and then coming and absolutely annihilating them in front of each other in terms of like constructive criticism.
Hmm.
It was a really nice process because it meant that, when you say a joke and then no one laughs, it's like we got the process of separating out those very
Yeah.
early. So it's really nice because to have someone who understands the type of humor that you're going for, it kind of means that you know and trust that what the route that it's going down is gonna work in
Hmm.
terms of like it's important picking the right person to read your script. You can't just give it to anyone because they might not understand it or they might not know how to respond to the jokes or things like that. So definitely know your audience and where you're supposed to be going.
Hmm.
But it was easy for me and Tom because this is definitely our type of humor.
Hmm.
So I guess yeah, it's good to start on one that you know very well in terms of style.
Yeah. And also with
I
scripts, I think some take it away, Tom. Take it
I was
away.
just going to throw in a sentence to see if I fixed it. You carry on though.
No worries. I was about to say, like, sometimes we like it is important who you send your scripts to, right? Because some people just lie as well. They're like, "That's so funny." It's like, no, tell me the truth.
Yeah, I know you're
Do you know
lying.
what I mean?
I know you're fucking lying. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of you really need someone who you know is going to be a total cow about it.
And that's where Tom comes in, just
And
in everyday life, really. So,
exactly. I was like, who's the nastiest person I know? I'm joking. I'm joking. Um, but it's better that way. It's better to get the criticism. You don't want to get to the point where you've spent thousands of pounds on something that just isn't funny.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
I've had
And
confirmation that I am audible. So sorry to
yay!
have deprived everyone
Were you
of that.
silent or were you silenced? Great. Cool. Well, it was nice
I'll
to have a
just
break from you actually, Tom. You were getting a bit much.
I'm just going to summarize everything I said before
Take it away.
in a different way. I was basically saying that never intended to do comedy. An ex told me not to do comedy, so spent a long time not doing comedy. Jake said, "Oh, but you're so funny."
I don't remember saying that, actually.
But no, it was kind of from a budget constraint that we made this, in so far as like I had a certain amount of money to make this film, and I was playing with different ideas, different scripts. And it just so happened that the one that worked and the one that was simple enough, like a mockumentary style, really like lends itself to being cheap, I suppose. And it was something I could really like delve into the kind of the characters and the dialogue as the focus, rather than making it a really big production, like a production value film. So that was where that came from. And yeah, I was saying that I was kind of really inspired by like W1A 2012, John Morton's shows for the BBC, and like the Philomena Kunk, the various Philomena Kunk series, where there's like no characters are really ever making jokes themselves. They're always just they're being uber serious about everything they do, and they take something really absurd really seriously, and that's what kind of makes it funny to me. And it's just, that's what I find funny, and so that's what I wanted to make, kind of thing.
Cool.
I think
And
that sums it
obviously,
up.
I think that was a great summary, actually. I'm very impressed. 'Cause obviously, the film is a true crime spoof about a dining table, which, is very unique. And I actually think it's very impressive that you've come up with that. How, how did you come up with that? Like, what was your process?
Well, I'll let Laura come in on this as well, because I think like several years ago, like a couple of years even before we wrote the script, I think we were just like wondering. No, Laura had picked up a table herself, the dining table that was in her former flat, off of the street. And I think I
Hashtag true
just,
story.
yeah, true story. I think I just said to her offhand, like, "Are you sure they were giving it away? Like, are you sure that was like free?" And then we just kind of like, well, I don't know, we just kind of took that ad absurdum and like imagined a situation where like someone accidentally took something that wasn't meant to be free, and then what would the fallout of that be for a character that is like really kind of anti-crime and I don't know, anti-rebellion. And yeah, and then a couple of years later, when when I came to sort of deciding, because I decided that I wanted to make a film before I decided that I wanted to make this film. And yeah, was running through the different ideas that could work, and this story kind of just came back to me, and yeah, adapted it a bit into this mockumentary style because I knew it could be really simple, and the kind of reconstruction elements meant that we could still be kind of playful cinematically, and sort of challenge ourselves, because that was kind of part of it as well. Like, this was my first film, and I didn't want to just do like sit down interviews. And I wanted the freedom to sort of be playful with shots and stuff as well. So yeah, that's kind of where it came from. And then yeah, I developed the script with Sarah Mercer, who's listening now. Hi, Sarah. Initially, we sat down, and I was kind of I basically I asked her to improvise an interview with me. And I said, like, you don't know what you've done. I'm not going to tell you what you've done, but I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're really scared and nervous, and you're a librarian, and that's kind of all we went with. And some of the stuff that she actually improvised on the day that we did that, like, ended up in the script. In fact, a lot of it. So that was a really fun way of doing it, like with actual people rather than like sitting at my desk trying to write stuff all the time. So yeah, that's where it came from, I suppose.
Cool. And just in terms of the script, like what was that process like? Like what was it like writing it?
I mean, it was like it was so helpful having that as a basis. Like,
Hmm.
I basically had this whole interview that I recorded and transcribed, and then I
Hmm.
sort of like cut that into like a sort of manageable version, and then went in and sort of tweaked from there. Like, it's so much easier to tweak than it is to just like start with a blank page. So that was
Hmm.
amazing. And then also like, having the cast that we had as well. I don't know, like, who
Mm.
are so like funny naturally, and just like I know them all um, personally. So like, I felt really comfortable on the day going into that, and like, I remember the first morning that we did Laura's interviews. We went upstairs while they were setting up and just like ran through it and like came up with some other stuff on her bed when we were just like kind of, I don't know, just like bouncing off each other. And that line
Mm.
about what is it? The line about Russia, which is what ended up being one of my favorite lines. I
Yeah,
remember that
that's
we
one of
came
my
up with
favorite
that.
bits.
Yeah, we just came up with that upstairs on the morning of the shoot. So like, it was amazing to kind of feel like we could be kind of collaborative and like flexible, and
Mm.
um, a bit of improv on the day.
Nice. Well, just in terms of the cast, I mean, I think you're right. I think it was cast incredibly. I mean, like just the character comedy was just on point, in my opinion. I thought it was amazing. Like, how did you come about finding such a good ensemble of actors to,
Hmm.
execute it so well?
Well, some people may know, once upon a time I was an actor myself, and yes, I
We
know, I
don't
know.
talk about that. We don't talk about
No, not anymore. But
that.
it meant that I have a great network of actors that I love working with as an actor.
Mm.
Um, and those people are often like, the best people to work with as a director as well. Like, if an actor enjoys working with them, it means that they're exciting, and they're like
Mm.
and they're fresh, and they make it easy to act against. And that was the same thing that I wanted here. And yeah, partly also because it's, a low budget thing. This whole film was like bringing together all of my mates and all of the people that I really trust in the industry to make something really fun, and something that I could have fun with as well. And like, all of those guys did that to the nth degree. So thanks, guys.
Mm. You guys were great. So funny. Um, Laura, what was it like collaborating with Tom? Obviously, I know your mates. What was it like? Spill the beans, spill the tea.
Awful. No, I'm kidding. I think the best, working partnerships and working relationships are ones that have a foundation of trust, friendship. Um, Being able to work with your best friends is like a joy, and I think we'd worked together actually, as co-actors together in the past,
Mm.
and I think we'd always found that we had a good creative and comedic, particularly, kind of bounce off of each other, and that can be really energizing. And I think just the trust that then he had in me to even improvise a little bit around the script on the day. Like, nothing was too fixed, or no idea that I might have to say, oh, can we try this, would be shut down. And there's a sort of level of respect there. I think the way that Tom works as well is like very non-hierarchical, even though he had so many, writer come director come, like so many hyphenated roles on this film. He did so many different things, but yet there's still so much room that's given to other people to bring their touch and their voice. So I think it was, for me, very fun,
Mm.
very convenient that
I'll send you
film
your
that
bonus later,
oh,
Laura.
stop. Let me find the script that he gave me to read from. No, and it was very convenient to film it in my old flat. And nice to have some of that flat preserved on video footage forever for posterity for me. So no, it was a great process. Really fun energy on the day. Each day we had, and
Mm.
just lovely team. Not just Tom, but every single person that worked on it.
Nice. Any favorite moments or favorite scenes to film that come to mind or?
for me, when I watch it, it's always everyone else's scenes. So Nicola, the work that you do on it, the
So funny.
detective, who's a fantastic actor. I mean, I love watching those bits. So for me, it's always like, I don't want to. Those are the bits that I enjoy watching. But yeah, just a real joy, and everyone's work that they did on it was fabulous. I wish I'd been around more to see the filming of some of the scenes I wasn't in, but I probably would have been a distraction on the set because I would have been laughing so hard. Someone would have had to take me away.
And what about you, Nikki? Like, any moments that come to mind? Any like favorite moments filmed or just on set? Obviously, you were hilarious. Like, just made me crease. It's so
Well,
funny.
that's not improvised. That's Tom's script for you. So, I mean, when I read the script as it was, I could have pictured Sarah completely and just felt that I would really enjoy. I mean, I love doing comedy. I feel that I don't probably do as much compared to sort of straight drama. So when I do get an opportunity to play comedy, I'll grab it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I had a ball doing the scenes. We were just there for the day, so I missed Laura, and I confess, when I went over to watch the film, I couldn't get any of the things working. So I missed the first 4 minutes. So I still need to watch the whole thing. So that was the first time I've seen it. And yet I still haven't seen all of it.
Well, you're in for a treat.
Did you like the
For a
last
treat.
8 minutes though, Nikki?
So exactly, the Russia bit I was howling at, I have to say. I loved you in the car, all dressed up with your gloves and your glasses and lying on. I almost had a moment of saltburn lying on the table.
A bit of BTS gossip for
Little
you.
bit of a moment there at the
It's
end.
it's actually me driving the car.
Oh, is it?
Because it was my car.
Oh,
Movie magic.
It was
Behind the curtain.
my 2005 Toyota Yaris with the gloves and mask on. I think I double well for a young skinny lady.
So yes, I just thought, I mean, I love I love a mockumentary style anyway. I do, both watching and doing it as an actor. So yeah, I look forward to watching the whole thing.
And obviously, there is a cast member that we have not mentioned yet. That was it a taxidermy behind Laura's head? What is that? What is that?
Hair or something. Or
I don't know. I
something.
just saw an animal in the back of Laura's head in some shots, and I thought, what is that? Tom, do you care to explain?
I would describe that as an albino badger. In fact, hold on a second.
Oh my God.
Gonna
Here's
find
one I
one
made
we
her.
made earlier.
Yeah.
Badger reveal.
We can't get rid of
Here
it.
she
We can't get
is.
rid of it.
Oh my
Hey!
God. What's
She was
his name?
nicknamed Claudia.
Claudia. Yeah, from Traitors. I remember her well.
She was a prop that I bought from a TV show that I was working on because I thought it would be funny to have, and then it quickly became not very fun at all. But then it just lived in my flat for like, I mean, it's still here. That was maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago that I got that. And then yeah, when we were making it, I thought it would just be a funny bit of prop in the back of Laura's house. And then I don't think it was, I can't even remember that it was even scripted that we did that like focus pull to it watching her. I think it was just on the day, it was like placed really nicely behind her, and then and yeah, it just really worked. So yeah, thank you, Claudia. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you very much, Claudia. Thank you so much. And so a question for the cast with us like today. What like drew you to the project? Like what made you want to get involved?
Well, for me, it was a mix of Tom asked, and I'm not confused.
I'm knocking on.
And so I had to say yes.
You know, when a mate comes to you and they've got a brilliant script, then it's a bit of a no-brainer. So yeah, I mean, I loved the script, but also it was Tom.
Tom had a gun to your head and he said, "You're
Tom.
doing this, whether you like it or not." What
But
about
I
you,
think
Laura?
even if it hadn't have been Tom, if somebody had come to me with that script, I would have been on board, because I did think it was very, very funny when I read it. And if you feel it's funny just from reading, you kind of know that you're onto a winner.
Mm,
And the funny thing is, like when you spend so long with a script as well, like you get very nervous when you're
mm,
about to start making it. Like, is this actually funny at all? And then like seeing actors do it with like a whole new like lease of life is just such a relief. Like, because they make it more like even whatever you had imagined in the first place. If you thought that was funny for myself, it's like they just bring a whole new level of character and humor to it that I couldn't have imagined.
mm,
So very
yeah.
grateful to them.
What about you, Laura? What drew you to the project?
I think I'd been wanting to do some comedy for a while, uh, some on-screen comedy as well, because I must say my background as a performer is much more stage-based, theatrical,
Mm,
and I think you want to be able to do lots of different things as an actor, lots of variety. And I think I'd gone through a period of time of just not doing much screen work and thinking, oh God, and then you sort of get into an almost anxiety of thinking, I'm out of the habit or I'm out of
hmm
practice. And I thought that it would be a fun way of, yeah, just flexing that muscle again.
hmm
The interview sort of style of it as well, like, was a bit unique and a bit different from sort of other narrative screen acting that you might do. And seeing as so much of my character stuff was those kinds of piece to camera. Um, yeah, so it was a combination of great script, right opportunity at the right time, and wanting
mm,
to do more screen, and just having the trust of Tom to say yes, like, do it, having seen me do lots of my stage work.
mm.
Because not every actor can leap for, can go from stage to screen or screen to stage, um, and so it was a lot of trust involved, and it was good fun, and I hope I did justice to the script.
You did, you did.
You did.
It's a real challenge as well. I was just thinking, like that. You're right. That interview setup, like when you're trying to spoof a documentary, which is people actually just talking as themselves. It's not like you have less. You have less like room for the audience are less forgiving when it comes to like melodrama, I think.
Hmm.
Like you can have a big romantic scene where there's two people in love and they can be a bit melodramatic, you know, like, okay, like whatever, but fine, I buy it. But like if you're spoofing a documentary, even in a comedy, I think you really do have to nail the like this person is actually just talking, like they're it's not something that's been scripted, like they are being completely authentically themselves and they are responding to a question that they've never heard before. And like I think you will capture that really well, but like I think
Mm,
that's a really hard thing to do as an actor.
for sure. And obviously, like, you see these types of characters all the time on TV and stuff. Were either of you basing the characters off of people you'd seen on TV or in real life? Like, where did the like inspiration from for like the characters come from that wasn't the script?
Well, again, because it was already written, it wasn't like an improv mockumentary where I was creating the character from scratch. I think a lot of it was in the script if you look deeper for me. So the
Hmm
fact that they were so caught up, or Sarah's so caught up about a table, sort of says, I don't even know why I suddenly found that I felt I needed to go a bit more London. I mean,
I
that's
loved it. I just
probably,
loved it so
but
much.
it just happened. It's like we didn't even talk about it. It's just like, well, somehow that felt right.
Mm,
And that from the way she spoke, or they both spoke, that their world was actually very small.
hmm
And this table was so important.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that sort of I don't want to sound at all rude about somebody, but they've got no humour about themselves, but it's just, yeah, that absolute belief just in one thing, and that sort of slight naivety and stupidity can be very funny.
That's
Yeah,
definitely
I
what I had
agree.
in mind as well, like the small town vibe where like this is the most important thing that's happened in their village like in years. And
Yeah,
so that the whole town is talking about it. That was like part of what I find funny about it anyway.
yeah, yeah.
For me, I don't know if this was a direct inspiration or what, but a couple of years ago I had just read this brilliant book called Eileen. There since then was a film that came out, which I haven't actually seen, but the main character, and it's so a one, her own first person perspective of and her own experience, but she's a character who is so intensely lonely, and eventually she does get caught up in a kind of crime narrative in this book, and I think maybe that had somehow influenced me, because I was very interested by this idea of someone that's so lonely that and sort of disconnected, that they maybe are going to jump on the first sort of thing that happens to them. It's very easy to then take that to an extreme reaction to it, because she almost has no normal stability of life or exciting things happening to her, and so it sort of allowed for then this absurd kind of masterminding plan of or maybe she's going to get some attention, and maybe people are going to know who she is now, and she wants her name to be out there, and I think that's a great book that maybe gave me a bit of insight into the mind of like a very lonely woman who might get caught up in something a bit more nefarious. And then obviously in our and I like a crime drama, a crime narrative, and then obviously in ours we're turning it on its head and we're spoofing it, but there's something fundamentally at its core that also exists in true crime, which is, I think, getting into the psychology of why do people act the way they do, why do people emotionally respond to things in sometimes extreme ways.
I'm very passionate
Well,
about exploring that kind of thing.
well, I think it's very clear that you both, or everyone, absolutely smashed the character briefs. Like, just the characterization was amazing, and if the audience enjoyed it, like, where can they find you if they want to see more of you? Where can they find you? Not your address, not your address. I don't mean that. Don't give your address away, please, for safety reasons.
I
Where
was
can
on
they?
mute. Oh, that was on mute, just as I was about to tell everyone my address.
Thank God. Where can they watch you? Watch your talents.
I'll let Laura go first.
Oh, thank you. Well, physically in person, you can actually come and see me in a show starting next week in Finsbury Park. If you're a London local, please come
I
and
am.
watch Gawain and the Green Knight at the Park Theatre. So that's a lovely little pre-Christmas treat. In terms
Nice.
of socials and stuff, just at Laura_Puj PUJ, and give us a follow, like and subscribe.
Nice. I'll see you there. And what about
Um,
you, Nikki?
I recently did a couple of episodes of the new Bergerac series.
Come on.
The Da 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 Da, the theme tune, but I don't remember it. So that will be on You at some point. Few films that are coming out soon, and I did do, but it's a big NDA, so I can't actually say anything.
Oh, name drop, name drop. Not the
Oh,
drop the
can't,
NDA.
can't. But when I can, NK_right.
And obviously, Nikki,
Similar.
you have played my mum and my nan,
I
haven't you?
have. How ridiculous is that?
How funny.
I have played your mum and your nan, and I
What
am
are the
both of those things in real life.
I always call Nikki's my screen mom. And Tom, have you got any other projects on the horizon? What's going on? What's happening?
So I've just produced a short film that's in post-production at the moment called Toronto, which is a lot more ambitious than this in terms of scale. but you'll be hearing more about that soon, I'm sure. You can follow us on Instagram at chimera_lab_ or Toronto Film, a whole separate account just for that. And then just working on a couple of other scripts. I'm working on another mockumentary script in the background that I'd like to make next year if I can. So we'll see.
Nice.
We might get the gang back together.
Yeah, keep me in mind for that one, yeah.
And the mum.
And the mum. Yeah, we come as a pair, me and Nikki. Mother and son, or nan and
Or nan.
grandson.
Yeah.
Either way.
Anything.
Very versatile.
Amazing. And Atty, anything that you've got coming up that you're working on, anything exciting?
Nothing immediate. I'm selling my soul to the commercial world at the moment. Earning a bit of
No
cash.
shame. No shame in it.
Girls gotta eat. But I'm still working on the script that I was writing alongside this script with Tom. Sometimes it takes this long. It takes the timeline of a whole film to be written, filmed, post-produced, through the film festivals, and then screened. And I'm still writing. So hopefully we'll get that out in the next 10 years.
Hopefully we'll still be alive when that one comes out.
Yeah, maybe you'll have your own on-screen grandchild by then, Jake.
Yeah, hopefully. Amazing. Well, we're going to wrap that up there. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and thank you for watching. If you do want to follow more of the team's work, you can follow them on Instagram. Their @s are in the pinned comment below, and you can follow the production company at chimera_lab_. Was that right, Tom?
Well done. Got it in one.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely evening.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
See ya. See ya.
Bye. Thank you.